The power of attorney is the document that names someone else to act in your place and make medical decisions that you would have made had you been competent. So that's the purpose of the healthcare power of attorney. Now, what we've seen in the last, 15 or 20 years is the rise of healthcare privacy laws, which are really good. I mean, I'm glad my healthcare records are confidential. Yeah. But in some circumstances, those can cause a lot of heartache, particularly if someone named as your healthcare power of attorney and they, for some reason, don't have the ability to get to your medical records. Now, suddenly you have authority to make decisions, but no ability to get information. That puts everyone in a bad situation. Now, I think typically in those situations, doctors are going to release information, but if they get it up to the lawyers at the hospital, the lawyers are probably going to say, we need a records release or we're violating the law. So what we do is when we sign a healthcare power of attorney with clients, we have them sign what's called a HIPAA release that just says the people named on my healthcare power of attorney can view my medical records and talk to my doctors while they're in the process of making decisions. The other nice thing for that is that it gives them the ability to contact doctors. If you get in a car accident and your parents want to call and see how you're doing, your doctor just can't answer the phone and give out information about your care, even if it's to your mom or your dad or your uncle or whatever. They need that authorization to talk to them. So that even if you're not incapacitated yet, it gives them that ability to sort of have access to the situation in the first place. A lot of this is affected by the rise of the non-traditional family, where you have people who have been living together for a real long time, who aren't spouses, and all these different arrangements that weren't very common 40 years ago. That there's a lot of that out there, and those people, if you're living with someone, you probably want that person to be able to kind of act like your spouse if something happens to you. And these documents allow that to happen, whereas otherwise they're just a third party who happens to be your roommate. And I'm sure that's not wanted. So we got to make that stuff clear even more in the kind of non-traditional situations.